Hello, I'm Meredith McGee, and I'm a book vendor in the virtual holiday book festival, which will be live on Zoom the day after Thanksgiving, next Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, what I want to do is just introduce to me, an author, and I have about six books that I wrote by myself or with another person. I started off with this book, Married to Sin, which I co-authored with Darlene Collier, who was on the cover. And then Darlene and I had it translated into Spanish, Casada al Pecado, which in Spanish is Married to Sin. And my second book was Odyssey, which is a journey, 20 years of my writings. And this also softback is $10. Married to Sin is $8, and so is Casada al Pecado. And my third book, which I wrote on my uncle, James Meredith, Warrior and the Miracle that created him, was commercially published. This book is in the textbook market in a lot of college libraries, but it's also a very good read. And I got to introduce some of our family history in the first chapter. This is our family reunion T-shirt. Ned Meredith was my great great grandfather, and I also was able 2 years ago to revise and update, do a second edition of Odyssey. And this is actually the paperback edition of the second edition. This is the only book that I'm on the cover of. And I took this picture in Las Vegas, New Mexico. And the second edition, this is about 48 additional pages. It has more poems than the first edition. And also, one chapter is some of my speeches. And this beautiful lady here is my great grandmother, and she was born in 1874. I have a poem in here that I wrote because of a story that I learned on her. And then I created the Nashida character in 2017. This is the character. She's in front of the Smith Robertson Museum, and my childhood friend Loretta uh, Wallace drew this character. So Nashida starts off at age 7. She watches the movie Selma, and she was so confused about race relations that her mother and father took her to the Smith Robertson Museum so that she would be able to understand race relations and culture. And this book is named for my grandfather, Moses Meredith Culture Art Children Book Series. This is volume 1. And volume 2 I do not have in stock, but it's Nashida visits the Mississippi State Capitol, which also is a tour. And Nashida visited that museum 2 years ago. And that book is in libraries as well. And this is volume number 3, Nashida visits Mississippi's old Capitol Museum. And by now, Nashida is her storytelling has evolved, and this is a chapter book. So is volume 2. And then finally, I had James Meredith Warrior revised. This is the second edition, which was published by Meredith, etc., Our Small Press. And this book has about 50 additional pages. It brings up my uncle's life to from birth to age 85. He's now 87. And this is the hardback edition. It's $28.88, and this is the softback of the second edition, and it sells for $15. And this one, the publisher now sells for $53. This is the first printing, and some people are selling it for 79. I mean, $69. So it's really holding value, and those are unautographed copies. So if you want to get an autograph copy uh, before or at during the festival, I have them in stock. Okay, so that's a wrap. Meredith Coleman McGee. Hope to see you at the virtual holiday book festival, the day after Thanksgiving from 10 to 6 p.m. Thanks a lot.